Pleasure to be here with you today, and let's go ahead and start with the questions. So before you joined KCP, what were you hoping to get out of the experience, and how do you feel like it ended up changing you?
I got interested in KCP because my brother went to KCP, or our mom is Japanese, so I've been trying to communicate with my Japanese family members with worrying results. I looked into that after he went, and I thought it was a really good program and he had really good things to say about it. I really just wanted to improve my speaking skills primarily.
Can you describe a moment in class when you really felt your Japanese skills click, or maybe a time when a teacher really helped you understand something?
I think I came in and I was like, okay, it seems standard, all in Japanese, but I had some Japanese listening experience before, so I was like, okay, it seems okay. But as I said before, like, kanji was really a big deal, and I was struggling with kanji a lot. So I asked my teacher, like, hey, can I do extra work with kanji? And she was super nice about it and met like each week. We did like small kanji tests, and after a while I felt really confident. So before I would look up any kanji I saw on my phone, even though I pretty much knew what the kanji meant, I was like, I just want to make sure. And when I stopped having to do that, I felt, oh my gosh, I've gotten better. Like, I can actually do this on my own, and I can read and I can write. And it was really a good feeling inside.
What did you feel in that moment?
I felt pretty proud. I found joy in actually learning to write them and learning to just kind of appreciate the characters. There's also one teacher in my class currently who likes to tell the story of like how the kanji was made. These are like cool in a way. The simplest term is just these are cool. And I felt proud of myself for kind of recognizing that, and also being able to work through my kanji difficulties.
Can you tell us what part of your daily routine at KCP brought you the most joy or surprise?
I'm in a class primarily of Chinese and Korean speakers. I'm the only American student there, and so I have to speak in Japanese pretty much the entire day, which is great for me. And I think it kind of surprised me at how well we were all able to communicate, how well we were able to show our hobbies and kind of express ourselves in, at the beginning, what was limited Japanese, all the way until we're pretty confident. When you learn Japanese in, US university, you're surrounded by like a lot of English speaking students. If we like made a mistake or we didn't know a word, we just say, hey, what was that again? Like what? Like in English, we would just whisper that. And since I didn't have the luxury of doing that, I was like thinking about the words in a completely different way. And so I was like trying to explain the words, the word that I didn't know in like simpler Japanese or even more complex Japanese, and just trying to figure out what the word is. And so it was like this kind of teamwork bonding experience because everyone was doing that kind of thing. I feel excited to go to class, so I don't find any part of it that like tiresome or bothersome. There's definitely points where I'm stressed about like tests, or oh, I did not study enough for this, or I should have done this more. But all in all, like the teachers bring such like liveliness to the class. Every lunch I go out with my friend, and she's Chinese, so we only speak in Japanese. And I find a lot of joy in just connecting with her.
Tell me about your housing or your homestay situation. What's a memory or moment that really stuck with you from that experience?
I have a family in Japan, which is my main reason for starting to learn Japanese. So I'm living in my grandparents' house with my brother, who's also currently in Japan. And I think that has been most KCP students, after their homestay experience, I think go to independent housing. So they either in the dorms that KCP provides, or like they find their own apartment to rent out. And most of the students in my class have rented apartments, and just like them, I think we Like there's this aspect of living alone, with living kind of like without parents or living alone for the first time in like a foreign country is kind of intense to say the least. But I do feel like I've gone through like a good routine of like going to the grocery store, I could talk to like the employees there, making foods with ingredients that I've never used before is pretty great. It's been awesome to get more independent through relying on yourself and building that confidence that you can kind of live anywhere, because you are in a foreign country living and trying to survive.
Was there a cultural experience or encounter in Japan that completely changed how you see the world, or maybe how you see yourself?
I wouldn't say that there's one specific moment that changed my experience, like about, or my view on the world or myself. I think it's kind of builds gradually. So I came when I was a kid and I didn't feel quite like connected to Japan, even though I am half Japanese. I felt like I couldn't speak the language, although I did understand quite a bit of it, and so that kind of shaped my opinion of like living in Japan. So I never thought I would be living here full time. But as I grew up, I was like, I do want to learn because, I do want to connect with these people that I know in my life. But when I got to KCP, like learning more about the culture through KCP, and then also becoming more confident in speaking, I feel like it kind of progressed naturally, that I started really enjoying interacting with people and speaking with people. And even though it's a mistake, people are just happy to talk with you. And I think that just opened up my world a little bit. When you learn a language, you really do open up a lot of new aspects of your life. I felt that progress as I was able to communicate my ideas a lot more. But an aha moment was not something that was there. I think it really built up over time.
What's one way that the KCP staff made you feel seen, supported, or understood during your time abroad?
I really like the KCP staff and the KCP teachers. Every person I met have been so opening and kind, and quite understanding. My favorite teacher, although everyone's great, my favorite teacher is a teacher called Shimokawa Sensei, and she has been just so lovely to me, and even when I was really struggling with kanji, she would be taking me step by step. She's like, it's fine, we all get there eventually. And I felt so supported in that moment. It's just been great all around to have those people. All the interactions have been great, and I know they all work so hard. There's the English or the US program coordinator, Tanaka-san, who has been super helpful to all the US program students. And he works so hard. He's always busy. Current teachers are all great. Hashimoto sensei is someone who really likes kanji, and so he talks about the meanings of the kanji and how they're made. Every time he talks, he's so energetic and happy about this topic. It makes me happy about the topic. And if I had any problems, I could go to them, and they would help, try to help me through those. So I am really appreciative of everything that they do.
Now, tell us, what was it like to build those relationships with other students in the program? Are there any friendships or memories that truly stand out to you? I came into KCP as level 4. I came in with 2 other new students. One was a Chinese student, one was a Korean student. And so me and I'm a US student. We kind of bonded over being the only ones who came in level 4 newly. Thankfully, they're such good people. They're just so perfect as friends. We bonded so well. And since we're all speaking Japanese, it's just kind of also a language building opportunity. But it's more just these people are so great, and you make friends very naturally here, I feel like, because even though we were the first new students, it didn't feel like
we were singled out by the other students. I don't think I would have had that experience if I went to a, let's say, like a English speaking Japanese program. So like tailored towards US students living in Japan. I wouldn't have had that because like there's so much like cultural exchange in our friendship as well as just like our joy of being in Japan. A lot of cultural exchange in our friendship, and I would not have gotten that anywhere else except for here. So I'm very happy about that.
Looking back, what's one moment that made you realize how much you have grown, either personally or academically?
This is a weird example, but I have a group chat with my Japanese family, and a lot of times they will just, type like they're talking to Japanese people and, put in a lot of kanji and things like that. And like there was a moment where I saw it, because usually I have to translate it. I saw it and I was like, I can read every single thing here. And wow. Yeah, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like I can do that now, and I can type back and I can answer immediately without having to go to a like translator app. That was like a real personal growth for me. It doesn't seem, when you look at yourself day by day, it doesn't seem like you're growing that much. But when moments like these come, I'm like, I have grown as like a student. And I was very proud of myself there. Confidence was really what KCP brought me, I feel like. And that confidence kind of really helps bring out the best Japanese in you.
How has your experience at KCP shaped what you want to do next? So I'm talking school, work, or life.
I was a neuroscience major, so vastly different field of study. And I really had a specific focus on like light and circadian rhythms, and then I would read a lot of research papers, and a lot of research papers in the circadian rhythm field had like Japanese last names as part of their authors. But then I went to KCP, and as I got better, like my ability, I started thinking about maybe I could live in Japan, because my major thing is that I love Japan with its like transportation. Big one is transportation. It's so convenient to get to everywhere, but I just didn't feel that confident in like the language. But after KCP, I just kind of, I guess I could do it. Like I could survive, and I could do like research here, because that's what I primarily wanted to do in the US, was research or research assistant, things like that, like circadian rhythm field, or like a neuroscience medical field. And I felt my Japanese ability was lacking. Like I could not realistically, communicate everything that I want in Japanese, because it is like a science field. So maybe I could go to graduate school here, and I think that's really opened up a lot of possibilities for me. And that kind of opens my field of vision field in general. Yeah, I feel very fortunate that I was able to, come to KCP and have that like world.
If someone is thinking about joining KCP, what would you say to them, and what do you wish someone had told you before you went?
KCP is immensely fun, but also immensely hard. So I have such a good time each day, and I would also study like 3-4 hours a day. So it's kind of that you have to be pretty good on your time management. After class, I have lunch with my friend, and then we both go study for like 2-3 hours and get our homework done. And then after that, we have like a couple of hours to go shopping, or go to a store, or just sightsee. And so that's what I mean by like time out your day to get your work done, but then also just enjoy being in Japan, because the classes are rigorous and they do go pretty fast. I would have hoped someone explained to me how fast. For example, we do a kanji test each day. I was like, oh, you're joking at first, but it was serious. And so figuring out a good routine for you to like study for those kanji tests or study the grammar, having that time blocked, spaced out for just studying is very important. Other thing I would say, I think just have like an open mind about it, because I know for me at least, when I'm studying a language, I start to really close myself down in a way. But making mistakes is part of learning. Like, none of the teachers at KCP will ridicule you for that and none of the students will either, because everyone's there to learn the language. Like, no one's there to, you know, outperform the other person. Everyone's there to outperform themselves, if you will. At the very beginning of the semester, I'm like, I know nothing. But over time, you know, it will get better, if that makes sense. Like, your ability may not be where you want it to be ever, but, you know, you're in the class for a reason, and, you know, you worked hard, and you can only get better from here. So I think that's the only thing I can say.